Cheers and hello everybody. Happy Homebrew Wednesday to you. And we're just drinking my IPA that I did a couple of weeks back. Still not got a name for it. I've got that on keg now. Come out at 4% and it's a little bit hazy. And it's not a bad drop, but it's just a little bit too bitter. I must have gone a little bit too heavy on hops at beginning at boil. I used, I'll tell you, start at boil I used Challenger, and I put 55 grams in, so maybe it should have been 30 looking at it really. But saying that, the bitterness has died off a little bit in last week now, so it still might die back a little bit more. But it's got a very hoppy aroma to it. I used 4 kilo of pale malt, 180 grams of cara malt, 150 grams of crystal malt, and 100 grams of wheat. Got a bit of cold. And hops I used were Challenger, 55 grams at start at boil, which I said probably a bit too much. Then I used, it was a hop I bought from Brew UK, Blanc should I say, not Blanc, which is I don't know, French for white or something, and they were on some special. Never heard of them before. Tried them, and it's floral. Is characteristics of floral, lemongrass, passion fruit, product of Germany, 9.7. So I tried them. Like I say, it was Challenger, starter boil, 10 minutes in. 30 grams of them, and then flame out 20 grams again of, and then I dry hopped with Simcoe and last 50 grams of these, and you are getting them characteristics coming through. It's just a little bit too bitter, but hopefully that'll die back, like I say. And I've since looked on the website for these and I can't see them. So I don't know whether they were just a one-off or trying them. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I'm drinking. An IPA of some sorts. Come out 4%, which I wasn't trying for a big IPA. I wanted a session bake, so we're having it on tap. And when I've got them on tap, they usually get hammered a bit. So that's that. I bottled me whole garden clone. In fact, it's sat all in the corner over there, and you can see there at the back my buckets and my mash tuns out. I've just been preparing for brewing. I'm brewing tomorrow, hopefully. So like I say, I bottled me whole garden clone. I'm aiming for 4.5 and I got 4.2%. Now how close to all garden it's going to be, I'm not sure, but it's a tried and trusted recipe from Mark at Cruel, so hopefully it should be okay. And that's it. No more brewing until tomorrow. Tomorrow, I've just got a box here, some bits I've ordered from Brew UK again. I tend to use them quite regular now. They're pretty quick, 2 days and you've got your stuff. So if you're going to brew on Saturday or Sunday and you order Wednesday, 99% you'll get your stuff before weekend. I'm planning on doing a ESB out at Bible, so what grains and hops I didn't have, I've ordered to make it up for an ASB, and I've run out of Mosaic IPA, which I like to have on all time really. I should have brewed it my last beer really, and then I wouldn't have run out, because I like that, I really do. I've done it I think 4 times now, 3 or 4 times, so I've ordered in the bits I needed to make that up and do all that. So what did I get? I got obviously Mosaic pellets, 100 grams, some Cascade, I think they're for Mosaic, some Citra, more Citra, because you can never have enough Citra, can you? Simcoe, goes well with Citra. And what's my last one? Fuggles, I think they're in ASB. I've got 1, 2, 3 USO 5s, and then malts. I just got some chocolate malt, some crushed Vienna, and what's this one? Torrefied wheat. So amongst all that lot, and grains I've already got, and some hops I've already got, I can do an ASB and a Mosaic IPA. And then while I was on their website, I just did a quick look at their all grain kits, and while I was flicking through, well, looking all over the site, I noticed they're starting to sell some cans of beer, some pale ales and IPAs. You can buy them in 12s, 24s, singles. I think they're $2.50 a can. And I think from what I can gather, some of the recipes that they do, the all grain kits, they've actually brewed a few and they're selling them as the beer now, so you can buy that beer. And one of them, I noticed they did a kit for it. So hang on, that's going to fall. So I thought I'd have a bash. So I got one of their Crafty Brews all grain recipe packs. Sonic it's called. 4.9%, a small IPA, but bursting with flavour. And it should be with what's in it. I think it was £18 whatever pence, £18 whatever pence. And you've got Magnum, Citra, and that's quite a big bag of Citra. I bet that'll be 100 grams easy, or even more. Maybe more. That's a 100 gram pack that I've bought, and that's what's come in this kit. To me, that looks more than 100. So, Simcoe and Equinox. So there's 4 hops there that's in it, and then grains. Well, I've not written it on. There's 2 big bags of grain and an SO5. But it will tell you what the grains are, because I've got the when I can get them, everything about it, all instructions and that came with it. Fermentables, ingredients, pale ale malt, which I'm sure it will Minnesota, I think. Torrefied wheat and German carapils. 4.246 kilo pale malt, 250 grams of torrefied wheat, 250 grams of your carapils. So that's that one I'm going to do, and I'm looking forward to that. That's the one I'm going to brew tomorrow. I'll do that one tomorrow, and I'm going to put this one in me no fermenter. Use that for the first time as well. I would have used it before now, but sanitizers that I've got, I don't use Star San. I've never had it. I've always used Milton, liquid or tablets, and I was reading and it said not for metallic, can't use it on metal, it can cause pitting or whatever, so I've ended up going and getting some, is it VWP? I think so, from local homebrew shop. This is, that's fine on stainless, so I'll give that a try and do me, use my no fermenter. Once I've used it, I'll, certain things when I'm taking a sample out at little tap and stuff, I'll film and then I'll do an overview or some sort of review later on, I think. And that's it. They're my next 3 brews: a Mosaic IPA, an ESB extra special bitter, and this Sonic I'm going to give a go. So I think I'm going to bottle this Sonic, I'm going to bottle the Mosaic, and I think the bitter I'm going to put on tap. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll have some to send out, because it's over there, I'm not getting it. I got my flag back the other day from Sarah, Daft Cat Brewing. She signed it, and just before that, Heathen Brewer, I don't know if I mentioned it, he signed it and his son signed it. So I think they're the last 2 people now that I owe base to. So if you're watching, I'll probably do this Sonic, and if I brew pretty close to it, I'll do the Mosaic probably, and there'll be 2 beers there I can send out to you. We'll see how that whole garden turns out. Like I say, I've kegged this one, and I did bottle 7, but I think it's a little bit too bitter. I don't know if it's good enough to send out, and I know Sarah knows her beers, so I don't want to get a bad review. So as soon as I've got some of these beers ready, I'll be sending some out to you too. And I think that's it for this week. The whole garden, when it's ready, which should be another week or so, I'll give it in bottle. I'm thinking of doing a side-by-side just to see how close I am. Or I know when I tasted Mark's what he sent me, it was pretty close. So I'm hoping that it's turned out something like for me. We'll see. And I think that's it for now, lads. I don't think there's aught else. So I love you and leave you, and I'll catch you later.